And we are going on to our next match, which is Group E, Watermeat against a bad player picked at random, I think. Or is it the bad player?
Just bad player.
Oh, just a bad player.
Just a bad
Without
player.
an A.
I like Co Noob versus a bad player. I like the names already.
Alright, tell me about these players. What are the implications for this match, if any?
So
So this,
group
yeah, this is crazy in Group E. Like there was a tie the first week, so that's just gonna make things crazy. Watermeat tied with Frosty in a really close set the last time. Watermeat was ahead at the beginning, and Frosty just pulled it out to tie at the end. And Banning Pig beat Bad Player in the first match. So Bad Player is looking for at least a tie. Needs a win to maybe lock it up, but with this tie, I mean anything can happen.
and also the other match, Bending Pig versus Frosty for D2, is not yet played. So even with this match, it's a little bit unclear of what's going to happen next.
Right. If Banning Pig loses to Frosting, then literally it's like anyone could win. Beside, so I mean, this match a win would really help jump their way up into having a chance to make the top two, but it's going to be close no matter what.
Alright, I have everything set up correctly this time. We are starting out, as always, on everyone's favorite ballroom. I'll count us in. You ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And we start with bad player just chasing RSD. We should, because we are Pearl, the actual slowest character in the game. So we need those early progress.
Yep. Fortunately for Pearls, she has a very good bug, especially on this map where the ambassador can be pretty close to you. You can get some ridiculously good bugs, especially with her walking speed. Looks like we just bail to the windows, trying to reduce this cooldown timer, and probably going to go
Yeah,
back into
and
conversation. Keep on flirting. This is the bug spot. We're right behind the pillar, and if the ambassador comes right by us, this is a perfect opportunity for a reverse bug.
yeah, the ambassador is stationary in another conversation, so doesn't seem to be that likely. We did get a green test for our second flirt, so we're in a good position for that mission. We still need all the other mission or any other mission progress. We have 2 minutes 10 left, and we have only 85% flirt. We need to do things, and we
Looks like
do a
he,
bug.
yeah, it looks like he was listening to your commentary, knew that something was up. That position from the ambassador is pretty dangerous, so it looks like bad player taking advantage of that, going for that bug. Really nice there.
Yeah, that's definitely a dangerous position in ballroom considering coverage and angles. Um, we do get a standard highlight for statues. It means we'll get all 3 inspects, so another mission progress there. What's gonna be our fourth mission? Oh, banana bread, most likely, right?
Yeah, looks like I like this decision. If you're going to go to statues, do it before the banana bread. It looks
Yeah,
less suspicious.
especially if you're going to do center statues.
Banana bread.
And this banana bread's pretty good. Not perfect. We only let off 2 low lights, I believe, but looking really solid. You only need one
Yeah.
flirt. And this is kind of the challenge on ballroom. If you do go to little statues and you have BB, do you shoot? So far, we've had one Cypress say no. Will Watermeat be able to say yes?
I think for me personally, in those cases, really depends on how am I feeling or what am I feeling at that particular moment in that particular game. You just need to talk. Hopefully not too early, and our ST leaves instead. We could just go to the bookshelf to flirt. We almost need to do that. Is it gonna be enough time though?
They're
Flirt first before taking a book.
so slow. There's this notice we did not. We flirted before we took the book.
Yeah.
No reaction though. Looks like maybe we were looking for the microphone, but not going to be caught here. Bad player was
Yeah.
at the blue bookshelf, so maybe trying to guard that action test microphone. That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, flirting before taking the book is what I would have done in this particular case as well, because the animation timings are not that obvious. So if you're not looking for it, it's gonna be a little bit problematic for the sniper to see. And also, as pros, we are slow. RST has been there already for a little bit, so it's dangerous to take a book first. In my head, I would have missed the foot if I had started with the book.
That's fair. Yeah, the risk reward there for breaking etiquette can sometimes you break it anyways just to be able to take that small risk and worried that the ST would bail and not be able to finish missions. Bad player just takes that small risk, pays off for him.
Right. On to the next game with Watermeat as Spy. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Starting innocently at a painting. Um, so Watermeat turns around to look at the party and where are the characters. It seems like a absolutely sensible and almost required thing to do. Um, but quite often, many players they can just if they're looking at the wall, they're looking at the wall at the party. So it's a good habit to develop.
Yeah, and it looks like we're waiting for this reverse bug too. Oh, we could have had it. Did not take it. I like the position Watermeat was in, blocked by the pillar, but did not go for it. That's all right. Looks like we're
Uh,
trying to go for that briefcase too. We enter back in the same spot, so a little suspicious, but not noticed.
I actually like so I actually like going back to the same conversation. If the same spot was available, I would potentially have gone even for that.
Looks like we just went for the purloin though instead. Even though it was white, looks like we're just pays off for us. Not really noticed. And I'm not even sure if the sniper has even spotted this purloin yet.
Yeah, it does not seem so.
Looks like it might have been noticed now. The list is pretty clear.
Toby is low lit, so Purloin is noticed.
Yep, lowlights and highlights coming off here.
Um, Not sure if an AI would have just put it down or gone after the Amba afterwards, but it seems there was enough going on for that not to be the center of attention for the sniper.
Watermeat's perspective, this doesn't look like a terrible BB. Just letting off Irish as a low light, but now we're by ourselves with the DA might be a little more risky, especially if one of those guests outside of the conversation is the SDA.
Yeah, and just more people are leaving.
Banana bread.
Looks like we feel the need to take it anyways. SDA, there's only Watermeat's the only one.
Yes, with 3 Lolas should have happened, so Rocker's on a slow light and Seek. Okay, Rocker gets low lit now. Seek is still on the slow light. We just need to finish Flirt.
Yeah, looks like that was paid off for him. Really close there. Oh, and the shot comes off.
Yeah.
Looks like the purling just was a little too free with that banana bread. Unfortunately, bad player did not notice that Boots was the only one with the real DA. Maybe would have held his shot had he known that.
Yeah, that was that whole game stemmed from a bad player taking a long time to notice that the purloin was gone, and that really forced their hand near the end there for just looking for someone that could potentially be done. And
Right.
unfortunately for badplayer, it ended up being an AI that was finishing up in specs instead of looking for a flirt, which is a lot harder to find. So we're 1-1, and we're going into everyone's favorite courtyard. Courtyard reboot. You ready?
Yep.
Yep. Alright. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Yeah, bug attempt could have happened there in the beginning, but yeah, it was too short of a collision for that to potentially take place. I would have loved a reverse drive-by there.
He did go for it, unfortunately, just not quick enough. Taft is a quick
Um,
character,
And
so
the
the
red.
reverse bugs are more difficult with him. You have to be very quick on their reactions.
right. Instead, we start with a banana bread and 30% flirt. Only 2 lowlights out of that banana bread, it seems.
Yeah, not bad at all. Get the early BB. ST is gonna leave. Looks like we're making decent progress here with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, but once again, in my head, I would have gone like, this is an early banana bread, so more likely to be real. I don't know, just have that paranoia in me. We go for statues, and we do get both in spots, despite Teal Dress snatching the other one, and we'll just continue with the flirt.
Yeah, squeeze ourselves in here to get this flirt, but I think it was necessary. Ooh, don't get it off.
Oh,
That's
yes,
gonna
T leaves
hurt.
before we do that. And we are in a quite weird conversation position right now.
Yeah, looks like we're gonna fix that. Go get this flirt. It's necessary. And then we do need to hardtail. It's a little bit too late to do fingerprints at this point, so what's it gonna be? Looks like we did go
Um,
for a bug there, interestingly enough. Definitely not
yeah,
close enough, though. I think with our arm
just
inside of text, though, not gonna be noticed at all.
it does seem like that player just really wants to bug this game. But to be fair, we do get keep getting opportunities for that. So let's say a flirt. Not sure if we time our flirt there. Or we finish flirt and we still need our 4th mission. Definitely too late for a fingerprint, so it has to be banana bread or purloin. I don't think swap is a good idea.
Yeah, maybe we bug here. It's risky, but we don't have too many options left. Yeah, 15 seconds. We did not request a drink. We're going for the
And
wrong arm
we,
bug, just like we were trying to time it. Was
I
it
don't
seen?
think, I don't think we're getting shot for it.
That was really nice. That wrong arm bug going right into the statue. The sniper's positioning, I think, was just a little off for it to be able to catch that.
Yeah, and it was just good wiggling by bad player there as the spy.
Yeah, the arm was completely hidden from the sniper side, from where they were standing. So they got off that bug pretty much scot-free.
Yeah, we would have had to been sitting still in order to catch that. When giving credit for a completely unseen arm is going to be really tough to shoot for, especially since on Courtyard, you're really looking for that hardtail a lot more than on other maps.
Yeah. Alright. On to the next courtyard game. Yep. You ready?
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, playing.
Quick statues here. Maybe a rush. Looks like they're both statue goers getting highlight.
Oh,
And we do swap.
oh, insta swap.
Not a
Uh,
green, so we might have to rush this. Maybe go for this BB next quick. Gonna be difficult though.
Yeah, I'm not even sure.
The statues were definitely seen. Does the sniper notice that the statues have been swapped? I
He
don't think
hasn't
so.
rotated around to notice.
Yeah, just credited Alice and Irish with it. Maybe if he goes around and checks it, he'll notice that something's up, but
Yeah,
hasn't done
I
it
would
yet.
have potentially liked a purloin there when tool be offered, and then running to do a banana bread.
Yeah, just hit him with a quick
Yeah,
four mission rush. But right now, just
especially because the swab hasn't been noticed yet. But potentially Watermeat is thinking, oh, he most likely noticed the swab, just isn't shooting yet. So, I'm in trouble. That
right.
makes Spice. Ooh.
Yeah, we finally came around to notice it, and it was on camera for a little bit, but I don't think it was seen.
Yeah, also DA does come next to us, so we could just banana
And in the
bread
red.
here and potentially win the game. I don't think we're gonna get shot, especially with this laser movement. We're just getting lowlights.
Yeah, just not noticing the swap early enough, not crediting Watermeat with maybe the guts to go for that swap early. Did he get a good look at it? I think he did and was able to memorize it at the start, but then just did not swing around to double check to see if Irish or Alice had swapped there.
Yeah, and I mean, in this kind of situation, I think it actually is good to go for the white swap instead of green swap, because when you green swap, you give the spy a lot more time to then see the statue again, and then notice it swap later when someone else comes to it.
That's
Also
true.
in chat now, badplayer confirms that he just did not notice the swap at all.
Yeah, and that also happens. You just don't notice that it swapped if you don't, make sure to memorize every single statue at the very beginning of the map. And there are like other things going on, like a dangerous amber walking around, or Toby offering people a drink.
I mean, there are more interesting things to watch in SpyParty than a set of
Always.
statues. So
On to everyone's favorite library. You loaded in? Both of
I
you?
am.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Library, one of my favorite maps, especially since you can exploit these pillars a lot more. Haven't seen too many players exploit the pillar strats yet. I've seen a couple people go for some reverse bugs in Summer Cup on the bottom side where the pillar covers you, but haven't seen too many crazy strats yet. Let's see what he's up to. Bad player's up to. It looks like he might just go for flirt here. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice there. But well, RSD has its statues, so we trade mission progress speed instead of a highlight, which is a very legitimate choice as well.
Yep, looks like the ambassador did take a book with him, so not gonna be able to get that early print either. Looks like we're just gonna time out and try to wait for our ST, wait for the ambassador to return the book so that we can do more things.
I can't see why a time ad happened there. I mean, with that missed first flirt, we needed something else. We needed something to make up for it. Oh, RSD bounces off of bus, even I believe, so we go for the center statues instead and do it a highlight for it.
Yeah, maybe just a little frustrated at the lack of mission progress with the ST just not being very cooperative there. Just goes for the mission progress. Ooh, looks like we were thinking about that bug, but did not go for it. Would have been pretty risky, especially, but maybe the camera movement would have saved us.
Yeah. Now in this spot, I do not understand why we didn't go around for the uh, close position right next to RST, because now we have a 30% flirt instead of 34, which means we're gonna need either more visits or we need to bank on a green test.
And in
Neither
the
of
red.
those is too great of an option.
BB does come off. A lot of lowlights, actually. And the purloin is gonna seal it.
Oh, Spy is shot.
Unfortunately, just not fast enough on that purloin. Sniper on top of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just lose because the sniper sees you do a hotel in front of their face. On to the next one. Watermeat as Smallman in 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
Stopping in an innocent conversation. Uh, Thinking what to do next, I guess.
Yeah, I don't mind it too much. Looks like we might even bug here. The Amba's in a really good spot. Pass it up.
Yeah, instead we go for a yellow bookcase.
I like books here. I don't mind actually going for this direct transfer early, especially since it's pretty early in the game. Yeah, I take it out. We even have the option to hard transfer if we want.
I'd say choose this. Either laser is completely on the other side. Yep, too late.
Looks like we do go for the hard transfer. So committing to this long game, but looks like that was pretty clean. There's nobody on the right side, so that microphone was not noticed at all.
Yeah, and we even got a green test if that wasn't enough. Also, we were seen returning correctly. I don't want to say we ruin it, but we do balance it out by getting a highlight or center saturation.
Yep, that highlight gonna make it difficult to get any more microphones, but with Smallman and how small he is, it can be very easy to get away with even crazier things than a hard test microphone.
Yeah.
2 minutes left and no other mission progress, so if we want to commit to Prince, now is the time. Looks like we might just go for this microphone now.
Yeah, I'd say we need more flirt progress. And okay, time it happens, which is what something that I was wanting. Do we try?
Looks like we're not going for this bug, but I kind of agree with Watermeat here, not going for that. Maybe just trying to bully the ambassador out so he can
Yeah,
get the briefcase.
yeah. Also, the laser was there.
Yeah, it looks like he was going for it, but uh, Oprah beats him to it.
Yeah,
So
there was a little bit of a stutter with that briefly canceled, but laser was on the other side, so did not matter in the end.
yeah, 145 left. We are running behind on mission progress. The DA is not helping. Ooh, the bug.
Oh,
What the arm was on screen for
was
a
very
moment, but
visible.
yeah, not noticed at all. Was just worried about rotating.
Yeah, then again, we know who is the spy, so we know where to look at. So I did see the hand when I was looking at Smallman. If I hadn't known he was the spy, I would have likely missed it.
Right, the green arrow helps just a little bit.
Yeah.
I like this now, though. We made quite a bit of mission progress. So now we just need this hard test microfilm, a flirt, and BB. I would prefer to not do this microphone here since we are Hylet, but let's see what Modern Meat decides to do.
ORSD comes next to us, so that's very convenient and fortunate.
I do like this, though, not doing the hard test microphone immediately. We are Hylet, so it's going to be difficult. I would like to do it on one of those watch pads, like the really small ones at the back. They could be good. Also like this, just doing it in the far side.
Yeah, we can't really do it in a conversation anymore. but we do. It seems we're about to repeat the first microfilm by just doing it there. So we have 20 seconds to go back to all the way to the other end, and then banana bread.
This is
It's gonna be
doable, but
overtime.
it's gonna be close.
We need to
Maybe we have to,
slam that
yeah,
in now.
slam it in, run, go.
Slam it in, run, talk. Oh no, it's not gonna be enough.
So close.
Yeah.
I like the decision to do the microphone not at the blue bookcase, but I would have liked the one of the closer pads, not the far pad.
Yeah, it just you need to go to the completely opposite side and then back to the original side, and it's just too much time wasted on traveling arrangements.
Yeah, unfortunately, Smallman not the fastest character. Really close though. Had a really strong game there.
Very,
Yeah.
very close. Yeah. On to pub with bad player back on the spy side.
What's the score right now? Is it like tied?
It's
Three
tied 3 to
three.
3.
Yeah, so it looks like it's all gonna come down to pub, where the most mind games happen, in my opinion, especially with delegate. You can really play some crazy mind games.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
We start with an early flirt, it seems.
Yep, early flirt is good, especially since on pub your ST can move around quite a bit, and pub is deceptively big. The bar is a long ways to travel sometimes.
And even like that, waiting for your turn to talk, or rather waiting until someone, shuts up. We might be going for a PP here. Would be only two, well, 3, 4 now. Well, it's okay. This isn't looking too great now.
Yeah, probably gonna pass this up and look for another mission. There are quite a few people at the bar, so we might just go for a delegate.
Oh,
Looks like
reverse that. Oh, did
I
not take.
really love that attempt though. That spot's really good. And Salmon being a bigger character, you have a better chance of getting that off. But I do like the attempt. It was a pretty good risk, especially on pub.
Yeah, and it does not seem to be caught at all. So, well done. If only we can get another one like this game later on.
And there's some decent activity at the bar, so delegating here, not the worst option either. You can go flirt or BB. The options are pretty open for bad player. Another thing I have noticed too is that without the if a player does not go for fingerprint, they do not do it after the start of the game. They usually only print at the start and then do not commit to it after that. So looks like bad player locking himself out of print here. What will he do? Looks like he's going to delegate, but it's to the DA. Looks like that was on purpose though. So we'll see how on top of this Watermeat is.
Yeah, it does seem Purloin is noticed. Uh, highlight for a general, no other lights so far. So perhaps
Penny
Watermeat
in the
is
red.
just quite confused.
Yeah, it
Oh,
does look like the BB comes off and eliminates those big highlights. Oh,
does
and the
not
shot
matter
comes
because
off.
Cowboy's shot.
Wow, it looks like the BB just triggered it. Was not
Penny in the
entirely
red.
certain who Purloin and BB, plus maybe Prince did it in for, I think, for Watermeat there.
Yeah, that was a very interesting shot, but like on bad player side, he didn't realize that he was delegating to the SDA there, which is somewhat unfortunate. Cowboy was out of the conversation during the BB, but
Ouch.
Watermeat might not have noticed that because he was standing still. Why was he standing still? Oh, he was trying to pick up the briefcase. That's why. Yeah.
Penny in the red.
Yeah. And then if I remember correctly, there might have been a possible bug. Yeah. So you remember when badplayer did that really amazing bug attempt?
Mm-hmm.
From Watermeat's side, you could, in theory, think that Cowboy Hat might have gone for a bug also.
Oh, I see that now in your camera emphasis
Yeah.
there. Fair enough.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but still, keeping it alive. We are now at, what is this? Watermeat
Oh,
just lost, so that means that it's 4-3.
4-3 bad player is winning, and bad player has at least tie now.
Yep. On to our final game. You both ready?
Mm-hmm.
I am.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Play now.
Gonna have to clutch it out as one of the slowest characters, Orange Dress here. In my opinion, Orange Dress is probably one of the worst characters to play on this map, just because of the distance you have to travel. Makes life very difficult just getting missions done, and
Yeah.
delegate, it's hard to bail, so makes it very
And
difficult to win.
this very early highlight for a statue visit makes things even a little bit more difficult, I'd say. We might get we're getting a print and just out of range for a bug. You're being watched for it as well, so perhaps that's fine.
Yeah, it looks like we were trying to position ourselves just close enough to bug, but not quite close enough. But I do like the option of just going for print instead.
Yeah.
Ambassadors here, do we go for this bug? Looks like it. But
It
no,
is
but
seen
yeah.
though.
Yep, the new art characters bugs are pretty bad. They snap back into place very obviously, so unfortunately, bad player picks that game up. Was very suspicious of it though, so watching correctly.
Yeah. Was definitely baiting out that bug. That was pretty good finish. That means that our winner is bad player, ironically. What does that do for the standings? Do you guys remember?
It makes
So-
everything crazy.
It makes
because
everything
bad
crazy?
player- Yes.
So right now, the Bending Pig and that player are tied for first with 3 points each. However, Bending Pig has not played his day 2 match, while that player has. And then tied third is Frosty and Watermeat with 1 point each. But once again, Frosty still needs to play. So it's still very much up in the air.
Everything's just up in the air. Alright.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if Frosty wins. If bad player wins, then things become a little more clear cut. Then it'll be bad player and Watermeat fighting for second. But if Frosty beats Banding Pig, it could literally be anyone going in the top 2.
Literally anyone. Even me.
Well,
Even
anyone
you.
from Group E, rather.
Yeah. So, after Group B, we finally get to Group G.